Reaching 5,000 trophies with the tower at level 1. How old are we? 1. What do you mean it doesn't let me? My name is going to be Mondongo level 1. I mean, what an epic name. We just finished the tutorial and this is the tower level we'll keep throughout the whole challenge. I want to cut my they can't give me this offer in Arena 1. I mean, obviously I'm gonna buy it. I mean, it's logical. I need a good card level to make up for my lack of tower level. Arena 1 players are known for making amazing plays. Look at that giant to distract my minions. That's great. Or on the other hand, those minions to defend my giant, and a musketeer. And one thing is for sure, Arena 1 players know how to take towers, and place huts. Yeah, place huts and throw fireballs. Fireballs and that's it. Arena 2, I'm creating my Supercell Day profile. Who is this guy? He's horrible, and that's why I'm gonna pick him. Today, I face Destructor. Nah, I don't even know why I mention him if he wasn't a destroyer at all. I also realized that in this arena, they really like goblins, and when I say really, I mean really! But don't worry, for the spam we had Pepe the Wizard, who, believe it or not, was good. Yes, I admit it. Yes, believe it or not, the Wizard Giant push is completely broken in these arenas. Mostly because the opponents are total noobs. And very few people actually know how to defend against it. And I don't know if that even counts as good defense. And that's how we reach Arena 3 Supercell giving away free stuff? Today is the opposite day. Ronaldo? So is he going to be as good as the soccer player? Absolutely! Today, some pretty paranormal things happened. Like this guy who only attacked with Barbarian. And on the second attack, it actually worked for him. And that's because I have like 2 brain cells. Also, in this match, a tower was left with 666 health. Which led to a mini PKKA having very strange behavior. And it caused me to lose the first match. The challenge was really weird. Besides that, I'm also really unlucky. Let's see, let's open this giant chest. Okay, gold. Cannon is useless for me. Hut is useless for me. Minions are useless for me. Cage is useless for me. And we moved up to Arena 4. I started collecting a lot of free rewards and also chests to power up my account. But this didn't help much because my level 1 tower is still very fragile and I have to over defend everything they throw at me. And what was it? Was that the solution? Buy and buy and buy. Yes, it's insane to have the evolved Royal Giant at level 3 in this arena. But somehow I have to win the matches. Although, thinking about it, I don't think these opponents can beat me. In this arena, having a card almost at max level, especially if it's evolved, basically means winning the matches easily. I mean, this just crushes everything. The amount of destruction it causes makes no sense. And yes, the opponents noticed this. But there was little they could do other than surrendering and giving in to the credit card. And that's how we moved up to Arena 5. I started collecting some season tokens to upgrade my cards. Here, I tried the evolved Goblin Giant for the first time and it's not that bad. Watch out. And as usual, I faced some really terrible opponents. And that's how I got 1,000 tokens, which I invested in mini PKKA. Then I continued my journey up the Arena 5 ladder and I'm amazed by how bad they are. Also, my tower struggled to stay standing against a level 7 barbarian and it made it. Good job, princess. Good job, my love. We opened a lucky chest that didn't give us anything special. We continued our way through the arena, crushing without mercy with our evolved Royal Giant at level 13.
You only win because of that overpowered card, and players in those arenas can't defend against it.
Yeah, sure, if that's how they attack, imagine how they defend, and that's how we reached Arena 6. I've noticed that in this arena, there are 3 types of players when I place the Royal Giant from the back. 1, the one who doesn't know how to deal with the tough moments in life, and me! 2, the one who takes advantage of having more elixir and goes all in the other lane. The most annoying. 3, the one who gets angry. This one's always the sneakiest. They always have high-level cards. Putting that aside, a very obvious problem is that my tower doesn't kill skeletons in one shot. And this makes defending a lot harder. So don't say that I only rank up because of my chest, bunch of sneaky guys. Another very obvious problem, which this opponent took excellent advantage of, is that double lane attacks destroy me, simply because my towers are useless. I mean, it's like having nothing. They don't defend. And with all this against me, we're in Arena 7. I started playing the most boring event in this game. The matches basically come down to who cycles these rockets faster. But they were useful to buy some mini PAKKAs and goblins. Then I went into the ladder where the matches start getting harder, especially because of my tower level. My poor little princess had to face horrible matchups that should have been really easy, like this mega minion I didn't see, and it took me down. 70 off the tower. Or these two minions, which I thought wouldn't do much damage, but they ended up taking half the tower's health. Then this goblin gang that, even though I defended against it, almost took down my tower. I swapped out the weak cards for strong, sturdy tanks, and the problem just gets worse. There's nothing I can do. Nah, man, I'm not stupid either, but we made it to Arena 8. In the first match, a guy started off winning against me, and like a real jerk, he laughed. He kept attacking and did a lot of damage to me. And to top it off, I was missing predictions. What's the joke? What's the joke? But my royal giant came in to hit him hard and we made a comeback and laughed at him. Also, I faced a really strange opponent. Seriously, he started attacking my king tower with spells. And then he swarmed my princess tower with goblins. I mean, what the WTF? Another guy only attacked us with P.E.K.K.A.s and skeleton army. And the worst part is that it worked for him. Well, it's obvious. I'm terrible. We almost lost a match on the first attack. Oh man, I really feel the pressure. And when I was about to reach Arena 9, I lost 1-1-1, lost 1-1-1. But I managed to break that streak and made it to Arena 9. I started by upgrading almost my entire deck by 1 level. And when I ventured out to play matches, my royal giant, even though it has plenty of counters. And by some strange coincidence, in this match they all showed up together. Very strange, right? What a show. Today it played many roles, like being a skeleton crusher in its loaded form, a professional at distractions, and the terror of the royal family. The one I liked the most was as a hut destroyer. And speaking of huts, I faced a guy who used a barbarian hut. A match I was obligated to win, and of course I did. Plus a bit of DM because let's face it, he deserves it. Although I don't know what's worse, using that card or playing this. WTF freeze. And we made it to Arena 10. My time in Arena 10 was pretty epic. I started off with an unfavorable streak of matches and I was stuck at the same trophy count. But as if Jesus Christ himself wanted me to get past this step, I got a common book from a lucky chest. With it, I was able to upgrade my lethal weapon and key card to level 14. From that moment on, everything got better. Although I didn't win as easily, this helped make the matches much more intense, even epic. But not everything was perfect since my opponent started to discover my weak point. The quick and sporadic attacks at the bridge. I'm not Muhammad Light, so this affected me. But even so, we made it to Arena 11. Arena 11 is very complicated. Mainly because of unlocking the legendaries, which is something you might think would benefit me at first. And it's true, I have the chance to unlock legendaries, with 3 chests that are spread throughout this arena. The problem is that very few legendaries are compatible with my deck. And the most obvious problem is that my opponents will use these powerful cards against me. Even so, we made it fairly easily to the first legendary chest where I got a miner, which is incompatible with my deck. And as I kept progressing, I realized that my real enemy was something else. The witches. They showed up in every single one of my opponent's decks, and they made every single match more difficult for me. That sound is driving me crazy. And even so, we made it to Arena 12. In Arena 12, it seems like people have regressed in their playstyle. Or rather, in their way of attacking. Any card thrown at the bridge seems to be valid. It doesn't matter if they have no synergy, even if both are win conditions. Or if it's the easiest card to distract in the game. The strategy of these specimens isn't based on card synergy, nor on organized or strategic attacks. Instead, they just hope their opponent has fewer brain cells than they do. And I can say with certainty that this was the arena where I climbed the easiest after the first one. Even the promotion match was a clear example. My opponent started winning with a mediocre push. He even took down my second tower because, well, my tower's arrows seem to be made of rubber. But he forgot a tiny little detail. A level 14 Royal Giant hitting his central tower. And with a 3-2 win, we moved up to Arena 13. In Arena 13, something had to change. Since I'd been using the same deck for 9 arenas, and now the opponents have new and powerful troops. My deck can't handle them. I started by swapping the Mega Minion for a Phoenix, since it's much more powerful. And I replaced the Musketeer with the Electro Wizard. He'll be more useful on defense because he resets and supports my Royal Giant. I also swapped the Fireball for the Electro Spirit, a change that seems to make no sense. But this card is perfect to support my Royal Giant. Defend and sometimes deal a lot of damage. With this new deck, I quickly climbed a lot of trophies. I even won the last match of the arena in less than a minute. And that prediction deserves a subscription. And we've reached the final arena. In the final arena, I started with a really bad streak. There were witches everywhere. They're the biggest counter to my deck and to my tower. As a result, the first trophies were really hard to get. And the shop offers were getting really tempting. But in the end, with a combination of luck and skill, I managed to move forward and overcome my rivals. It seemed like for every match I won, my rivals were losing brain cells. I can't show all those bad plays because the video would be way too long. But just to give you an idea, check out these clips. And after a long and tough journey, we reached 5,000 trophies. At the least, I deserve your subscription.